60 years of Ford Mustang. All of these are 2024s, so we still get to say 60 years. The 2025s haven't landed yet. This is a pretty good little spread of Mustangs right here. I've got the $50,000 mark covered, I've got the $60,000 mark covered, and I've got the $70,000 mark covered. I figured maybe let's take a little walk around and we'll discuss a few features, and I don't know, we'll just hang out and do a little hobbly action. Brass bronze wheels. The old Performance Pack Mustang wheels right there, done up in that, God, just the alloy, just the clear, whatever, alloy, silver, whatever you want to call it. But those are the Performance Pack wheels. They look so good in that chrome, alloy, polished aluminum, whatever the heck. The new Performance Pack wheels, they look really freaking good as well. But, I mean, the RTR wheels, I mean, come on, it's an aftermarket shop, so of course they're going to have the best looking ones. This car right here started life out as a Performance Pack Mustang. The cheapest Performance Pack Mustang I've ever seen, 54 grand for a Performance Pack. That black GT over there, that's a premium car, heated, cooled seats and all that stuff, 10-speed automatic GT. That car is more expensive than this car started its life. I was really excited when I saw this. Now, after we've sent it to RTR, we've obviously pumped up the price a little bit here. Now we've gone into the 70s. But before it left to go, it was $54,100. Now, what that tells me is if you went to your local Ford dealership and you spec'd out one, maybe you could even get it cheaper than that, but 54 grand for a Performance Pack, pretty awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. How much is the RTR package? I guess I should, let's see, how much is that? Like if we wanted to say, right there, total package price, $18,100. And this is the RTR Spec 2 package. All right. Now, let's go ahead. That's pretty much the end of that. We've got those triangles. Oh, I just now noticed that's got a little bit of a different lip right there. Oh, the more air to suck in there. These guys don't have that. Oh, yes. All right, moving on over here to the premium. Casey, I don't need all that. That's way too many Zuzus. It's way too much boy racer. I don't need all that attention. God, that does look good lowered like that, though. God, that looks really good. See, look right there. That's a Performance Pack. See how close the tires are to the bottom of that fender well right there? And then we'll swoop back over here to a regular Performance Pack. Yeah, that looks so good. Okay, anyway, back to this premium car. Casey, I don't want all that. I am not trying to pretend to be a race car driver. I don't need Recaro racing seats. I don't even know how to drive a manual transmission, so I don't want that. Okay, that's cool. Bougie. It's still got 480 horsepower, so it still gets the job done. This doesn't have the active exhaust, so you've only got one exhaust note. Heated, cooled seats. We've got those solid screen right there. We'll talk about that another day. Leather on the door panels. We've already talked about those 20-inch aluminum polished wheels. Pretty much the same thing we've seen right there. And all of this right here can be yours for the small price of $54,420. See what I mean? It's almost with $300 more than the Performance Pack car. I couldn't get over that. What a deal! I mean, that's Casey, well, it's not a deal. It's $72,000. I know, but they did good picking a lower price car. So anyway, I'm really digging on this car. I think it looks great. Ford of Murfreesboro, that's where these cars are located. I'd like to give a big shout out to Ford of Murfreesboro for allowing us to play with these little princesses. But anyway, there's going to be one supercharged. I don't know which one's going to be supercharged, but there's going to be one. Also, in a perfect world, sitting right here to finish out the foursome, there'd be a dark horse. Well, the dark horse will be in this video, but it's not going to be in this video. You know what I mean? There's one in the showroom floor, and so we've got pictures and stuff, and I'm going to bring that into the video. I wish we had north, south, east, and west Mustangs, but we don't. So we got to do what we got. All right, last but not least, Performance Pack. This is probably one of my favorite Mustangs that have come across through here. This one, it's all white. Okay, this has active exhaust, so we're going to get the full 486 horsepower experience. It's got the $2,000 optioned Recaro racing seats. They're not power operated, which I actually kind of like. These are manual seats, manual up and down. They are heated and cooled. This one has a 6-speed manual. We've already discussed the drift brake because the drift brake was over there in the RTR car. This was the only manual of the bunch. Once again, you still have the drift brake. It's not like it's something different for that blue car. If you get the drift brake, it's got its own caliber brake caliper all by itself. Okay, let's talk spoilers here for just a second. This is the normal performance pack spoiler. A little bit taller, got the gurney flap right there. Regular GT spoilers, I mean, I guess you can call that a spoiler. I mean, we're not gonna lie, it is a spoiler. Is it gonna keep the downforce down when this car gets to 195 miles an hour? No, but you don't have to worry about that because that car is not gonna get to 195 miles an hour. Now over here, since this is the performance pack, it would have had the same spoiler over there that the white car has, but this is the RTR spoiler now. The duckbill spoiler, I actually kind of like it. They did such a good job speccing this car out. This thing is nasty gnarly right here. Oh, you don't have active exhaust. Okay, not that that's a big deal, but no active exhaust on this. One way you can tell, single pipes, when you got one on each side, so just 2 regular exhausts. 2 here, 2 there, call them quads. That gives you the active exhaust, the 4 different exhaust modes. All right, drift brake, automatic. Anyway, you crossed over into the $70,000 range right here. You've got a black GT right there, ringing in the low 50s. And a performance pack right there, squeaking out into the 60s. The Dark Horse is about $77,000, and we'll start talking about that now. So we'll go ahead and...
The Dark Horse Mustang, the hottest Mustang on the road right this very second. 500 horsepower squeezed out of 5 little liters worth of V8. The handling is amazing. Did you see how big and huge those brass rims are? Don't forget, you got all different kinds of stripes and colors that are only available on the Dark Horse. The interior has suede and leather. The Recaro seats are fantastic. You can get it in a manual or an automatic. I know I keep going back to it, but the handling. The moral of this video is it doesn't really matter which Mustang you get, whether you get the lowly little 5-liter V8, you know, the low power outlet, only 480 horsepower, God, weakling. And then the Dark Horse has 5 Hun. It's crazy. 4 seconds, 3.9 seconds, 3.7 seconds. I guess it just depends on how good of a driver you are. But then it also comes down to how much money you got. Starting about 46, 47 grand, and they run all the way up to, I think that Dark Horse was 80, 78. Anyway, which one would you pick? I'm anxious to hear about it in the comments. Later.